Plans for the forbidden section. Go in, find something. Do not touch any creeping. Get out. Way to keep an eye out for some. Way to keep it. What to keep an eye out for? Something to stop the creeping. Something to tell us more about the floating heads. Something to protect the school slash students. Something helpful. Should we sneak in? If it can be helped, look for another way. Who can we trust? It has to be a teacher or staff. Otherwise, we'll get in trouble. Maybe Hook? Or maybe Van Helsing? Someone whom we can trust, who can bend the rules for the safety of everyone. Yeah, that sounds good. Alright. Maybe Madame Scheherazade would be good, but I don't think Madame Scheherazade would be able to do much. And no news or anything from Maggie since that letter got sent out, so okay. Alrighty, so what if okay. So maybe Hook, maybe Van Helsing, Madame Scheherazade, those are some options. Definitely not Zot. No, no, not Mr. Murr. No, 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 no. Mr. Murr is out the window. Out the pavilion, I should say. There's no windows in this pavilion. I don't know. I don't know. Do not know. You got anything helpful in here? No, nothing new. These pages always seem to appear and be added more to the book as time goes on, but it doesn't seem like anything new has been added. Mom, please, something new. Gotta figure this one out myself, I guess. Maybe I should talk to somebody. One of the other members, but who to talk to? Ocean's still back at his kingdom. Haven't seen Ampy in a while. Grace is also back at their kingdom. Callie, I haven't seen in a while. Actually, I have. The skulk and the creeping, all not good. I mean, I guess I could talk to Stars. I just haven't seen Stars in a while. And then Liv. I guess those two would probably be the best options for right now. I just don't know. Okay, I'll figure it out. Figure it out. Hey mom, did you still want to send me another page for your book? No, you can do that like right now. Like right now would be great. Just. I don't know. Maybe if I walked away and then come right back, another page will be added. Maybe. Actually, let's try this. Woo! Hold on. Nope. Let me try this again. Let me try this. Okay. I wonder if I jumped over the pavilion, and I know this sounds crazy, but jumped over the pavilion, landed back down here. Nope. Down. Maybe a new page. New page? Ah, okay, never mind. No new page. No new page. Okay. You're really gonna make me figure this one out. My own mom. Are you serious? Mother! Why do you do this to me, Mom? Why? I know what she would say, but... Okay. Okay. Maybe I could try messaging Grace on my mirror phone. Maybe I could do that. Oh, but Grace is busy. So is Ashen. Maybe I could send another letter to Maggie and the Knights at Camelot. Maybe they could tell me. Maybe not. What to do? Okay. Let's think. Think. Okay. All right. I don't know. I actually just don't know. Okay. Let me look over some of the notes in here that we got because there's my notes, but um, wait. Maybe Stars has some more information because Stars did say that him and Riddy were going to Camelot. Maybe there's something one of them could tell me. Yeah, maybe that could help. I don't know. Hang on. This is actually a lot of fun. Ooh. Can climb all the way to the top here. Geronimo! Oh. Geronimo! Hmm. I... Actually, I did say it before. I wonder if I should work on building like a little house or cabin over here. Where would it go is the question. I guess right over there. I mean, it would make it easier to kind of just meet up instead of having to consistently teleport to the Hall of Destiny here and then just make our way back over here. Hmm. Not sure. Not sure. But well, the nice thing is that there's not a lot of mobs. Those zombies and skeletons and spiders, oh my. Very annoying. Not sure though. Did I get into the water again? Is that why I'm running around all over the place? Yeah, I did touch the water. Okay. Back to writing. Let's see. So we got not Mr. Murr. Definitely not. Mr. Murr off the list there. Who else? We said Madam. I'm gonna say Madam Shard. I apologize, Madam Scheherazade. I don't always remember how to spell your name. Possibly. What other teachers? Mm, one of them, I think, is at Camelot right now, but no. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Have to figure it out. He's...
Hello.
Oh, hey, Stars. Uh,
Hi. Nice to
uh,
see you. Nice to see you.
good to see you too. How's it going?
It's going. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, I do have a thing for you,
Hmm?
which are these?
Oh, thank you.
That I said we'd
Oh my
make.
gosh.
Rudy and I have been working on that.
Thank you, thank you. This will definitely
Yeah.
help with staying protected and away from any unpleasant things that may attack. So,
Well,
hmm?
my game just froze. That's probably fine.
Oh,
That's
uh-oh.
probably fine. That's probably not
Yes.
a problem. Anyways, hi.
That. Hi. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of
You actually
course, of
caught me at a good time. I
course.
was taking
Oh,
some notes on trying to see cuz we were talking about it the last time where we were talking about trying to see if we could get into the library after the creeping has
right.
taken over
Yes.
the
Yes.
forbidden section, and
Of
I was
course. Of
trying to
course.
come up with a list of potential teachers to talk to because as probably more convenient to sneak in is, I think we will be in a lot of worse trouble if we try to sneak in and one of
Well,
us
that's
gets
if we
attacked.
get caught.
Eh, if we get caught or if the creeping attacks one of us and really does some harm, because then it
Eh,
then we
I
got to explain like
guess.
then if we don't find anything to stop the creeping and it attacks a student, then it's like, oh well, we didn't find any answers to take care of the creeping, so now what are we gonna do? So I was trying to come up with a list of teachers that we could potentially go to ask for an escort or guidance into the library on. Um,
I suppose. I suppose. Well, we don't really have like a librarian, but like, I
we
mean,
don't.
Mr. Hook is chief of security. There's Miss Van Helsing's working on like creaking cure stuff.
Yeah, Miss Van Helsing's at the top of my list of potentially being one of the teachers to go talk to. Mr. Hook being the
Yeah.
next one. Um,
Yeah. She actually came with us on our tour,
oh
so
yeah.
she's
How
done
did
a lot of.
your how did your tour go?
Oh, it went. You
Uh,
know.
oh, uh,
Uh,
okay.
more importantly, Miss Van Helsing and Mr. Jack had like a little like talk session. I didn't we weren't allowed to follow, but they talked a lot about Skulk Cure stuff, presumably.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there was a floor that we shall not visit in at Camelot, where apparently there's a lot of that.
Wait, is there creeping at Camelot?
Apparently no, but also uh, I don't want to say that the person who told me that is an unreliable narrator, but
Mm,
the person who told me that was maybe an unreliable narrator.
mm,
But to be fair,
okay.
I also haven't seen it like just while I was there
Okay.
and flying around. So
Well, that's good. That's good. Okay.
hmm
I'll take your word for it.
more of a
Um,
as far as we know, there's it's not there, but they're experimenting. Maybe they have some like specimen locked up in a lab somewhere. I'm not sure,
oh,
but that's like a whole
okay.
different thing.
Well, if
I said maybe. I don't know. I generally don't know.
no. It's all theories.
Yeah,
It's all theories.
yeah. You'd have to ask Miss Van Helsing or Mr. Jack for that one.
Yeah, I'll write Mr. Jack down. But other than
I
that,
sure,
what's
I guess.
what
hmm
brings you here to the pavilion? Not that you're not allowed here, but not
Oh,
often.
I had a question of sorts, I guess, for
Uh,
you.
for for me, yeah. What
Oh
is it?
yeah. hmm So like, I mean, you know, I like to think that I have a judge of character
Mhm.
and things, and there are certain things where I feel like this person maybe not so good, or maybe this person isn't doing such a great thing, and then I feel like usually it's like fine, whatever. People can make their own decisions, but also if it's like someone
Uh huh.
that that is important to me, I feel like I have a
Mhm.
obligation to really uh
Right.
anyways, the point is I feel like I've had some foundational mistakes, I think, when it comes to like making friends or maintaining close relationships with people and such. And I was thinking, you have gathered an entire like group of like-minded individuals. I feel like they could be considered somewhat like friends,
Mhm.
and also the yeah. So I thought maybe
So you
if
need
if I were
help
to
with.
ask anyone,
So
you
you
would
need
probably
help
know
with
exactly what to do.
making friends. Is that what it is?
I need help with you verifying a couple of the questions that I have in regards to interpersonal relationships because
So friendship.
that of sorts, kind
Oh,
of, yeah. hmm
okay. I could do my best. I mean, uh, sure. So, okay, I was not
Fantastic.
expecting.
So the thing is, right?
Uh-huh.
Mr. Jack, right?
Yes.
Mr. Jack, I don't really trust Mr. Jack, but
Okay.
I do also feel like I'm in a minority for that. Main reason is because a thing happened on the first day I came back from uh, not being here for a long time, where Professor Ichabod Crane killed a student, and Mr. Jack has, in fact, decided to
Right.
not contain him in the most permanent way possible.
Right. I did hear about that.
Yeah, which basically means he was really kind of like saying we should just kill him and then the game will end and then people would stop dying. But Mr. Jack was like, no, I can't kill him because reasons. And
Mhm.
I'm not a big fan of that. Among other personal reasons, I don't really trust him as a human being and individual.
Right.
And I really don't know why I'm talking about Mr. Jack because he has nothing to do with this. So I'm going to throw him out the window and talk about.
Mhm.
So on the trip to Camelot, there were some details about
Yeah.
certain things that I feel like didn't really fit together too well, you know?
Okay. What kind of details?
Um just like stories, right?
Y-
It seems a lot of like there's a lot of plot holes over there. It feels like not in like the literal sense, but in the sense that like I'm struggling to figure out why people would allow, for example, like why are people allowing students to run this like not really country, but like this elite
Kingdom.
group of yeah, right. That's kind of weird. The fact that some of the knights have vanished mysteriously is kind of weird because some of them definitely still exist and is a thing. Like Miss Shimmer and Mr. Jack, they were there, but they were also not there for some reason.
Mhm.
It's confusing. And when I asked a particular person of interest,
Mhm.
they were kind of, you know, unhappy with my delivery of said questions because
Well, how did
yeah.
how did you ask the question? Because sometimes when you ask a question towards a person, it can come off as rude or blunt, and
Hmm.
that can, even if you have the best intention behind it, there's a way of phrasing a question. So there could be, like for example, like a tone of voice where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
um, what would be a good example? Oh, like if you were to say, hey, can I have that? Versus, hey, can I have that? Like the difference is in tone, where one sounds more polite versus the other one sounds a bit aggressive. You know?
I mean, I guess, but yeah.
Or maybe even like saying something a certain way could upset a person, I guess. Like
Mm-hmm.
if if there's a nicer way of asking the question, or a more polite way without having to, I don't know. It's being subtle about it, or asking in such a way.
Subtlety. I see.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think subtlety really is my strong suit.
I Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that we have weaknesses for, we just got to work on it, you know?
Mm,
Like I know for myself, I need to build up. I've been told I need to build up confidence and stuff. To which, easier said than done. But
that's fair.
that's kind of
Mm,
on me with that. But
yeah.
like case in point, like what were some of the questions you asked? Maybe I could, if you could recall what question it was, I could try to
Uh,
figure out
my
what.
memory is not great, but I'll try.
Mhm.
So we went to the library,
Mhm.
right? And then no, that's a different thing. Well, this isn't really like a question. This is just a thing that I noticed. So basically, they have like a classroom there, right?
Yeah.
And then so person A was like, "Oh yeah, we do like classes in here," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool," because like there are teachers here, because Mr. Jack is here.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
then
Oh.
this is not what I meant to take. I meant to eat food. That's awkward.
The
Um,
item change. It's no
it's fine.
longer
It's
traded
fine.
into toast. All right, go ahead.
Anyways, yeah. And then so I was like, okay, that's cool. And then person B walks in and says, "Oh, actually, we haven't gotten a single class in here yet." And I was like, "Well, that's weird because person A was just telling me that you guys
Mhm.
did have classes here." And then person A was just like, "Well, actually, I didn't say that." And I was very confused because I feel like she very much did say that, which is because that was what we were like looking at. It's like
Mhm.
small stuff like that. There's also the thing where like I feel like the job description of person A was very unclear. The boundaries of where their responsibility lands is
Right.
muddy to say the least, I suppose.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until like person B had to like basically just like give like a full rundown. Oh yeah, this is what we're doing. Which even though that's a fair rundown, I appreciate that. It was a very clear rundown. I feel like the people in charge of doing things should also know that, and not just me being like I don't understand why they're kind of like dancing around. It's a lot of weird things. I feel
Mhm.
like, and
It
then
sounds like a lot of inconsistency, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, and then I point out the inconsistency, and then people get mad at me, and then the friend I was going with, like Riddy, would just punch me and say that, "Don't say that," and then just be supportive. And I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna be supportive of something where it feels kind of sketchy, you know?"
Mhm. Um. Hmm.
It's like if Reddy decided to like, I'm gonna jump off. That's just a bad example because she doesn't really get hurt by anything. If let's say you, if you decided, hey, I'm gonna go jump off a bridge, I'm gonna tell you, hey, maybe don't do that, instead of being, you know what, I support you, that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, that
Like
that makes
that
sense.
feels like, yeah, it's like, yeah. And sure, the jumping off a bridge is like objectively silly, but like there are some more serious stuff that I feel like I would more poke fun of. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like, I feel like, here's the thing, is that I feel like if you could clearly see how like absurd something is, surely they would not do the thing. But instead, it seems it's more just they think that I am making
Right.
them look bad slash making fun of them, and then they just double down on what they were doing initially,
Yeah.
and then that's just, that doesn't really like
It's
work well.
yeah. It sounds like you have challenges with trying to, cuz you're right. If we see a friend doing something that they really shouldn't be doing, or we
Mm-hmm.
see that the thing that they're doing is harming them, it's like, well, maybe you should stop doing that because it's not a good thing that's helping you, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Um, Sometimes, though, it could be that no matter how hard we try to tell somebody, like, hey, that's not a good idea, or hey, we probably shouldn't do that, um, they think, no, this is because you can't it could be that they're just so caught up in whatever it is that they're doing that they don't recognize what it is that's wrong.
Yeah, which is why
Um,
I try and point it out and be like, this is really dumb and kind of strange.
right.
But that's not usually how it's taken, I guess.
There does come a point, I think, where you kind of have to step back and say, okay, I've done my part as a friend to tell them,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this is a bad idea. You really shouldn't do this. You probably should try doing this. And you've done it
Mm-hmm.
multiple times, and the friend still refuses to listen. The wor- it's kind of unfortunate, but sometimes you got to let your friend make the mistake in order to recognize that what they're doing is not right. And who knows, maybe they might surprise you and it's like, "Oh, that actually was a mistake. They figured it out. I was wrong
That
about
seems
that."
very not likely, I feel like.
Eh, but again, whatever the thing, being a friend doesn't just mean like trying to solve everybody's problem all at once and trying to, because as much as we want to be able to help people, for people to recognize that, like, yeah, this is not the smartest thing to do. You really shouldn't do that. Sometimes they gotta learn through experience, which is making the mistake. And the best thing you could do in that situation is just be there when they need you. Because instead of, the worst thing you could do is they make the mistake, you go over and be like, I told you not to do that, and look what you did. This happened. I told you. Now look, that's the
Hmm.
worst thing to do. Don't please actually do that. Don't do that. That will ruin any kind of friendship of any kind with anybody. Don't be that person. Stars, please tell me you're not going to do that. Please, stars,
Going to
please,
going to no, but I'm replaying a couple things in my head at the moment.
please tell me
Um,
you haven't.
Not about this specific person on this
Oh my
specific matter, if that helps.
Okay, first rule: never do
Listen,
that.
look,
That
okay.
is
The
that.
thing, the thing is, okay. The thing is, right. The thing is, I did tell them, and then it did go poorly because
Uh-huh.
it was really obvious that it was gonna go poorly. I mean, it's just like, well, I mean, I don't know what you want me to
Stars.
do, because
You
like
can't,
that's
but
it.
then you can't, but then you can't be surprised when the person's like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And it's like, I told you it
What do
wasn't.
you mean?
Stars. That's how it. Oh, it's called recognizing that yes, this person made a mistake. I don't need to rub salt in the wound though, because that is what you are doing when you tell someone, "Ha, I told you so. I told you you
Well,
were
I
going
don't
to
say
make that
ha,
mistake."
but
No,
yeah.
but it's how it feels to the other person. It's
Mm.
you're rubbing salt in the wound for them when already, because for all you know, they could have been thinking, Stars didn't warn me about this. I should have listened. Only for you then to come along and be like, yeah, you should have listened to me. You really should
They
have
should have
listened.
listened to me.
And you're missing the point. When
Okay.
you do,
What is the point?
the point is, even when our friends stumble and fall and make that mistake. We should be there to help them right back out and not even go about it saying I told you, but hey, I'm here for you. What can we do to make things right? That's the best way to approach it.
Hmm.
It's to help them recognize that yeah, they did make a mistake. We don't need to talk about it any more than it's already been addressed and looked at, because if the person stumbles and falls and they recognize their mistake, they don't need anybody else pointing it out who has been already telling them multiple times about it. What they need is a friend to be there and say, okay, I am here to help you so we can move on to become, we can overcome this. What can we do?
Hmm.
Please, for the love of Pete, don't ever just go up to somebody else again and just say, I told you so. That is how you will lose friends so quickly. That is how you will break off friendships instantly. Just don't do that. Just don't. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Um,
Well, like, what if they don't like see it? Right. What if things have gone wrong and they're just like, man, I wonder what happened and what went wrong.
that's that in of itself is a tough one,
Mm-hmm.
because there are cases where people can make mistakes and they
Mm-hmm.
don't recognize their mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And despite everybody telling them that, yeah, you've made mistakes, you really should stop doing that. And they're like, no, but I just need to try again. I just need to do better. I just need to keep doing this. It's like,
Yeah.
no, you're making things worse. And again, the best thing you could do is just try to be there, try to help them. But
But that's not gonna solve the problem, I feel
it's
like.
it's not. It really isn't. But the best thing you could do in that moment is just constantly remind them that you want to be there to help them out, and you want to be there to remind them that, hey, I don't I can't support you in this, but just know that I want to be there to help you out if ever you need it, because
So
sometimes
like
we have
so like when this thing inevitably crashes and burns around you, I'll be here to help you out. Is the idea.
that's what an understanding friend, someone who would try to be there for, is.
Okay.
Because for all,
So I should go up to this person and then say, so in case this, so when this thing crashes and
no,
burns
no,
around you,
no, 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 no,
tell,
don't, oh
don't say
gosh,
that.
no, don't, oh my gosh, no,
Right? No,
don't,
I was
don't,
like that sounded kind of
don't
not
go
correct.
up to them and say, so when this inevitably crashes and burns, because that
Hmm.
will sour they will think you are not being genuine. Oh my gosh.
I am genuine though.
They will not see it as that. They will see it as you
Okay.
being sarcastic.
Hmm.
What you could do sometimes, saying nothing and just watching is the best thing we could do
Saying
after we've
nothing.
so, sometimes saying nothing and just watching can be it, because there are times where you have to watch something in order to understand what's happening, because it's like the saying, a picture set has 1,000 words to it, but pictures
Hmm.
don't talk, they don't say anything, but they show
Hmm.
something instead. Sometimes when we watch our friends do something that they shouldn't be, there could be signs or actions or even things that we don't normally notice that could be there, that we
Hmm.
wouldn't have noticed before if we weren't just trying to consistently talk over them, or talk to them
Hmm.
instead of with them. But yeah, don't go up to a person and say, when this inevitably crashes and burns, I'll be there, because that will make it
Probably not go over super well.
it will definitely not. It will definitely not. Um it is a terrible feeling, being standing around doing nothing, because the last thing you want to do is that, when you see someone you care about or a really good friend just doing something absolutely horrendous, and they don't even realize that the horrendous thing they're doing is really bad. But
Hmm.
again, the best thing you could do is just stand by and let them make the mistake. And there even comes a point sometimes where you may need to step away just to distance yourself if you have to. And I hope it never gets to that point, because that's like worst case scenario, where something just gets so hor- more so horrendously bad to where you really have to step back, and you're just like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to step back. When you need me, I'll be here, but otherwise I will I need to keep my distance, you know?
Hmm.
I hope it
But
I hope it hasn't
right.
gotten to that point. I hope it never gets to
But
that
also,
point.
if you keep your distance, how are you supposed to like help them with things?
Sometimes the best help is giving no help. Just
What?
I know it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. It's like, what? How does that make sense? Cuz
No. Hmm.
here's the thing.
Hmm.
If you've expended all of your options
Hmm.
without minus and please don't actually do this. You've
Hmm.
expended all of your options minus
Hmm.
trying to do force and being like, I'm going to do this for you because you're not doing it. It's like, no, that doesn't, they're not making their own decisions. Um,
Yeah, but they'd not be making the wrong one.
but it's not their choice. You're taking away their free will at that point. And that's not being a
Hmm.
friend. That is being that
So I
is
shouldn't do things for my friend, is what you're saying.
no, that is not. Oh my god.
Okay,
Work
that's
on
not
your
what you're
words,
saying.
Lily. Work on your words. Okay. How to explain this? So I was not expecting friendship lessons today. This is not what I was expecting today. Okay. So if you've done everything that you possibly could
Hmm.
and you've absolutely tried your best, sometimes stepping away and just letting your friend make the mistake is the best case to potentially help them realize that the mistake they're making, they will recognize as a mistake. And that sometimes means stepping away. Sometimes that means not saying anything. Sometimes that means not doing anything. Keeping your opinions to yourself. Um and maybe there's an opportunity that will arise to where you can do something or you can give your opinion to say like, "Hey, that thing you just mentioned, that's actually not true because of this information I just found out." And that can help maybe help your
No, I
friend to
feel like I've tried that, and that just did not do anything.
mm,
I
this
mean,
really just some
you would think that hey, this person killed a student, for a game that they set up, would be enough to be like, hey, maybe this person is kind of weird, but apparently it isn't. So I don't know.
maybe there's something that's going on that we haven't learned about yet because that could also be
Well, whatever the case, the thing is, like, if the person is dangerous, surely you remove the dangerous person.
well, what if that dangerous person was someone you knew for a long time and you knew
It
would
really
never
suck, but I guess I'd have to do it.
right. Some people
Hmm.
some people fall in the boat that you fall in, Stars, where even if you knew that person for a very long time or so here's the scenario.
Okay.
What would you do if Riddy had killed another student? Would you do it?
Probably ask why.
Do you think that's maybe what's happening? They're trying to figure out the why
I feel
before they
like
do
it's been a
anything else.
while. I feel like it's been a while since someone has asked why, because this was like a long time ago.
And that's
Like,
fair.
okay, so if I ask why and then Riddy refuses to elaborate and laughs evilly in my face, I guess then yeah, I'd have to find some way to kill. I need to find someone to kill them, which is really gonna suck because they don't
But
die. That's a different problem.
if
But
Riddy is laughing evilly, is that something Riddy normally does?
I guess not really. No.
Would your immediate thought be, well, I guess Riddy's a villain now and our friendship meant nothing. I guess I just need to wipe him off the
Well,
face of this
no. It.
planet.
Hmm.
Would you try to do something else to try to bring the old Riddy back?
Hmm.
Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe the why is that this wasn't something normal for it to happen. Again, who knows? I don't know what the definitive thing is for
No.
this.
Yeah. That's. Hmm.
Don't
I
get me
guess that's
wrong.
true.
It
Hmm.
sounds like a really complicated situation, and from outside of the whole perspective with this, we know little to nothing, and we can make the judgment of, well, they're a terrible person because they took the life of an innocent student. Let's get them. But maybe there's more to it that meets the eye. Maybe there's a lot more at work than we see. And the people involved can see more of it than we can. But who knows? That's only one side of that story. There's only one side of that. There's only that one theory. There could be many others where it could be, as you said, maybe this person has been deceiving and lying everybody this whole time, including the person who was really good friends with them or knew them the longest, and their true colors are coming out, and it's difficult for that person to believe. That's another theory. Or it could be that it was a genuine accident and nothing is lining up and they're trying to prove their innocence, but it seems like nothing's working.
In this case, I don't think it's a genuine accident when getting again.
I say as a theory. Yeah. I say as a theory.
That's fair. Yeah.
Not that it is the case scenario. I'm just saying as theory. But
I have to think about that one.
But again, there's a lot of different things, and we may not always be able to have the answer right away, and that's why I'm saying sometimes the best thing to do is to step back and observe, because then we can look. Sometimes we can find the answers from just observing, from
I don't know,
withholding our opinions, which is
sitting
a lot easier said than done.
Isn't exactly my style. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like to be doing things.
No, and that's fair. Maybe what you could do in those moments where you recognize, okay, my words are not working. What if I took notes? What if I took notes of everything I am seeing? That's doing something but staying silent on what's going on. And then looking back on the notes, maybe you can make connections to what it is you saw versus what you've written down. Kind of like what you and Mr. Hook did with looking around the school campus the other day with and I think with Liv as well, with looking at the creepy and seeing where it is popping up. You guys were probably talking, sure, but while you guys were looking around, you also were writing down all the different things about it.
True.
And then later on, we were all able to compare notes and to be able to talk more about it. And if anything, I was able to get more information from you from what it is you've observed and what it is we talked about.
So write more notes.
Writing more notes is good, yes. I say that in times of observing. Just, yes, note-taking I think is good. It does help to have a good note-taking skill. That I will agree with. But don't write so many notes that you choose to ignore the people trying to talk to you. Because maybe they say something important that can help you out later. I'm sorry if none of this is helping, or if
no, it's fine. I've already gotten a lot of really useful things, so thank you. My question is, how do you tell when it's a note-taking time, when it's not note-taking time?
That's a good question. I guess I would say rely on your gut feeling, but sometimes your gut feeling can also lead you astray.
Great.
So I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
But I guess one way of noticing when it's a good time is if you have a question, think it over in your head a little bit just to see, okay, is this a good time to ask the question or should I hold off on it because they're about to explain? And if they don't explain the question, you can then ask and say, okay, I have a question.
What if I'm too preoccupied with thinking of the question, I don't actually listen to what they say?
Maybe write down the question in your book so to remind yourself later to ask it.
Probably a good idea, yeah. Okay.
You know, note-taking skills, kind of just be like, oh, I have a question, but I'll write it down and ask later because I want to listen to what my friend is trying to tell me. So that's one way. I guess another way would be if you were to be in a situation where someone is talking and they ask you a question or they ask for your opinion, that could be an opportunity to share what your opinion is in a way that's not going to get them all defensive and them thinking like, well, they don't care about what it is I just asked or all of this. So when a friend asks for your opinion, try not to be snarky about it. just try to be genuine and honest with your
Mm,
don't do that.
mm-hmm.
Don't be snarky. Even if it's very tempting to, because you know your friend's making the mistake, and it's just like don't. They will not want to ask for your opinion after that if you give them a snarky response.
Don't be snarky.
Yeah, just don't.
Hmm.
It is. I
I don't
mean,
know. It's just really tempting. I'm gonna be honest.
no,
It's
and
like an
I
itch.
no, trust me, there are times where someone has said
Mm-hmm.
something where I want to be snarky, and don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
not just with classmates, but also with teachers.
Yeah.
Sometimes the
Mm-hmm.
teachers will ask
Especially teachers. Mm-hmm.
sometimes the teachers will ask a very not so smart question, and all I want to do is just give a snarky response. But I know if I do that, I
Real.
will end up in detention faster than they could give one.
Oh.
Um,
Well, I just fly away from the problem, so that usually works.
I can't fly. I got my mother's shoes to help me bounce
Mm-hmm.
away, so or leap, I
Yeah.
should say,
Mm-hmm.
which is close enough to flying. But
True. True.
um, and then there's also just teleporting with the
Mm-hmm.
pocket wormholes we got,
Oh,
so
of
that
course.
helps
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I've oh gosh, that actually helped me out a while ago. This is not the best example or one of my finest moments of following the rules, but there was one time the teachers were having a staff meeting and a bunch of us were listening in.
You
Um,
mean like in the wall, and then the wall got broken down by Miss Catherine?
yeah.
No,
See,
yeah, I was there.
yeah, I at one point was talking to a group of students, just
Mm-hmm.
talking about the fact of like, oh, I managed to get away from that. Like, I don't think they'd be suspicious of me. And Mr. Berg comes right around the corner and just goes, "You probably shouldn't have said that out loud." And my immediate response was just to teleport away.
And I'm out.
It's like, well,
I'll see you later.
exactly. But yeah, that was a definite moment of
That's
oh,
funny.
be in my big mouth. Again, I don't claim to be an expert on friendship or knowing how to say things perfectly, so take some of these things I say with a grain of salt, because
No, I feel like a
ultimately,
lot of these are
mm-hmm,
useful, I guess.
yeah,
There are
because at the,
definitely some I'm just like,
mm-hmm,
that feels hard.
yeah, if it doesn't feel, yeah,
It doesn't
um,
feel right, you know?
right, but again, easier said than done. Sometimes, you know what? I retract my statement earlier. Trust your gut. Try to see if your gut is telling you, "Hey, say something here." Um, give it a thought for a second before you go through with it, because it could be your gut saying it, or it could be just well, they said something rude, so I'm gonna say it anyway. It's like,
I was
that's
gonna
like,
say that, yeah, that's usually, that's a big part of it.
mm-hmm.
So
Sometimes,
maybe don't do that, I guess.
yeah, it's kind of like when I know for it's like sometimes when the teacher says something that it's like you have the temptation to say actually that doesn't make sense. What do you mean
Mm-hmm.
by that? Sometimes you just gotta give them a second because sometimes they recognize that's oh wait, I messed up on that. This is what it says instead. It's like
Yeah,
there they
but you
go.
could tell them that, hey, you're actually wrong, and that feels nice.
That is true. Yeah, that is very. Oh gosh, yeah. There could be moments where that happens.
But it's more like people that you care a lot about. I'm assuming, not just like any
Yeah,
old teacher, I guess.
yeah, cause
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
but
I guess one last question.
yeah.
Say like hypothetically, uh, I may have done a lot of the things you said not to do to people, and now they're kind of upset at me. What now?
Oh boy.
I mean, okay. The thing is, right? The easy answer is apologize. The hard answer is how apologize.
Hmm.
Because again,
Hypothetically,
I feel
how
like
many people did we upset?
uh one, at
Okay.
most two. I really only talked to three people, and I guess
Okay.
you, so four people.
Okay, and you have I'm not one of the people you have upset or offended. Worried? Yes, you have very much given me some cause for concern a little bit with some of
Oh,
the responses to not anything where
hmm.
it's like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's again, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. We need to work on our
Mm-hmm.
weaknesses to the best of our ability, to recognize
Yeah.
them and to work on them.
Mm-hmm.
But um yeah, apologizing would definitely help. Try to figure out what it is that um I think the best thing is that what it sounds like is you disagree. Because of the fact that they're choosing to ignore the mistake that they're making.
Yeah.
Um it's called it is a disagreement, even though we recognize, like, I disagree with the fact that you're in the right. That's what the disagreement is, because we know
Sorry, say that again.
it's a it's a
I
words.
disagree with rightness. Hmm?
So it's the fact that two people think they're in the right.
Mm-hmm.
One is clearly in the right, one is
Yeah, that's
clearly in
me.
the wrong,
Yeah, that's not
objectively
me.
speaking.
Yeah.
And the person who's in the right can see that the person's in the wrong. But the
Mm-hmm.
person in the wrong cannot see that they're in the wrong. They think they're in the right.
Yes.
That's where the disagreement lies.
Uh
They both
huh.
think they're right, even though one of them is clearly in the wrong. That's
Uh
where the
huh.
disagreement is.
Mm-hmm. I'm following. Okay, and
I think what needs to be said as an apology is not saying, I apologize for not agreeing with you. Like that, I don't, because again, you're going back on what
so
it is you
don't
think.
say that.
Don't say that.
Don't say I apologize for not agreeing. Okay. Well. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because again, everybody could, people could have their differences and opinions and still be friends. And because if every single person was exactly the
Mm.
same and had the exact same thoughts and feelings on every single things, we all would just be robots. None of us would really have our own opinions,
No, if
if
it
that
was the
makes sense.
right opinion,
That,
I feel like.
oh gosh, see, that's a discussion for another day. That's a whole other can of worms over there.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I mean,
uh,
I know that there are things that are like not objectively right or wrong. For example, like what's your favorite color?
right,
That's like you know, but then like
like
is randomly killing a student on a school day in a corner of the school bad or good? I feel like that's a pretty clear
that's a very clear thing. Like
distinction
that
of
is a very
yeah,
clear distinction. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
Um, so, hmm, I'm trying to think
So
of
so
who.
so I'm not well so I'm not apologizing for not agreeing.
Right, because you are welcome to have your opinion of what should be done, uh,
Okay,
for the
sure.
person.
So
What you can say is, if you said anything hurtful, um,
hmm,
you could say, I'm sorry for coming off as harsh or rude, because maybe you did come off as harsh and rude, whether
that
you meant to or not.
happens a lot. I feel like.
Mm-hmm. You can apologize for coming off as harsh or rude, even though your intention was to be honest and truthful. That's one way you could apologize.
Hmm.
Um, Something you could add on to that is, you could say, I want to try to understand so I can not come off as harsh or rude. Um, that way you can understand the situation a bit better, because it could be that,
I
as
feel like
mentioned
I
before.
understand the situation plenty well, though.
Well, okay, out clear as day.
Hmm.
Murder of any kind, like, that's not okay. Like that,
Not great.
not
Yes.
great. We don't approve. No, no, no.
Hmm.
What I'm saying though is, there could be a reason why our sense of our idea of, like, okay, they did a murder, we gotta get rid of them, like that. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say with the understanding. Maybe there's something more happening we don't understand is there,
Well,
and
what if I
why.
ask and they don't give me like a chance to learn why?
Hmm. That, maybe it's not the time and place for it, or maybe that one's hard, cuz we want to try to understand why some things are happening. Like, it makes sense, cuz
I
again,
like
like,
knowing
it,
things. Hmm.
yeah, we like knowing things, to be able to
Yeah.
answer questions, to be able to help people, all that stuff.
Hmm.
But I think that's where trust has to come in. That we have to trust the people who are more actively involved than we are. Because if
Mm,
some, and that's where it gets tricky. That's where trust gets tricky, especially because I know you mentioned how you had a lack of trust for some of the teachers over at Camelot right now. Um,
yeah.
and trust is hard because trust isn't. It's earned, and when someone loses that trust that they got, it's difficult to get back, especially given the circumstances of what's happened. Um,
Mm,
but
mm,
I think until proven otherwise, this is a situation where it's like, I'm sorry for coming off as harsh or rude. I just want to understand a bit better of what's happening and kind of just leave it at that. At least with that particular apology, because you're you do. I'm assuming it's because of what happened. You're just trying to understand better what is going on. Because again, with what little information you got, of course, anybody who hears of a murder, it's like, okay, why isn't this guy being thrown in jail
obvious.
or getting banished from
Yeah.
here for having committed a murder? Like, what's
Obvious. That's not really the main problem.
wait?
Um,
Then may
it's
was it the inconsistency that you were mentioning?
the main problem is I just hmm, I don't want this person that I care about to get hurt, and it just seems like
Mm-hmm.
it just seems like they're barreling towards something that's gonna get
Get
them
them.
hurt,
Yeah.
and I'm at a point. Well, I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't even care if they like me or not at the end of this. I just don't want to.
Well, first of
Yeah.
all, it shows how much you care for your friend and how much of a good
Hmm.
friend you want to be to them. This second thing though, um, you see them making mistakes and you see
Hmm.
them doing something they really shouldn't be doing.
Hmm.
Again, I think right now the best thing you could do is try to be there as best as you can without trying to push them to do the right thing because you've already done everything that you can to explain like, hey, what you're doing isn't exactly right, you really should be doing that, you really should try this, and they refuse to listen.
Hmm.
I think this is one of those times where you have to take a step back and say, i'm I'm going to allow you to do what it is you do, and I don't agree with it, but just know that I am here for you, and I want to show that I'm here for you despite our disagreement. Because again, you can't control them. You can't tell them what to do. They're not a robot. They're not a puppet or anything. Sometimes being a friend is allowing your friends to make the mistakes, and unfortunately, sometimes it does involve our friends getting hurt sometimes. But
That feels hard.
it is hard. It's hard to watch that happen
Hmm.
because you want to do everything in your power to just wrap them in a bubble and just say, yeah, no, you're not allowed out. But that's not being a good friend either. It's not letting them make their choice. And if anything, that pushes you from them even further.
Hmm.
But it's not easy and it's never easy. But that's kind of what sounds like to be the situation at this point. You could still show that you're there by wanting to talk to them and still be their friend. But when it comes to them making decisions that you disagree with, that's something that you could give your opinion on. And if they choose to listen, that's great. If they don't choose to listen and continue making the mistake, then that's then on them. You've done everything you can to try to help them.
Hmm.
Who knows? Maybe there'll come a time sooner than you expect where they come to you and they ask for your help to try to get out of whatever it is that they've made mistakes on.
I guess, yeah. I
I'm
just I'm just a little scared that if this progresses further, there might be nothing I can do to help at a certain point.
well,
I'm well aware there are certain limitations to
well,
my
mhm.
skill set.
Well, just keep reminding them that you're there and that you very much want to be able to help them, but what they're doing and where they're going, it has you have your limits too. That isn't to say you want to cut off any friendships or anything with them. You still very much care,
Mm-hmm.
but there's only so much support you could give before you're like, yeah, I can't support in that. That's not okay. What you're doing is hurting yourself and others. Like that's not I can't. And your friend may get angry for that and say like, "Well, you just don't want to be my friend anymore because you don't want to support me in that." And it's like, "No, you if anything, it's the opposite. You genuinely care so much that you're trying to help your friend to realize that what they're doing is a
Mm-hmm.
lot of harm." But it I'm sorry you are finding yourself in this situation, Stars. It sounds rough and I'm sorry I can't give any more solid advice than that.
No, you've helped a lot. I think I just didn't. I thought the hardest thing to do at the end point now is like I don't even care if we're friends anymore. I just want you to be safe. But maybe the hardest thing to do for me at least is accepting that I can't fix everything. I guess.
You could do everything you can to help, but at the end of the day, when you've done everything, you just got to it's it's a hard thing to swallow. It's a hard thing to
Mm-hmm.
recognize cuz we see someone hurt, we see someone who's making mistakes and all we want to do is just shake up like a baraka and just say, "Hey, stop. That's not the stop doing that." Um
Mm-hmm.
but again, everybody can make their own choices. Everybody has the ability to choose whether they want to do uh the right thing or what they think is the right thing and is actually the wrong thing. And it's again,
Mm-hmm.
the best thing sometimes the best thing you can do is just let the person make the decision for themselves and hope for the best.
Yeah. I think this is the middle ground that I needed to hear.
Mhm.
Or maybe I don't know. Maybe Riddy was trying to tell me this, but I didn't get it at the time. I guess I don't know.
Was Reddy also one of the people that you upset the other day?
I don't think so. I hope not. That number have to go up to 2 or maybe 3, and that's the case. I don't
Okay,
think so. I don't think so. I think
do you
yeah.
mind me asking who it is that you were having the or if you don't want to tell me, that is fine. You do not have to.
Mm, um.
Again, none of my business. I just wanted to be able to help out to the best of
You
my
know what?
ability.
Sure. I mean, I think maybe don't spread this around because I don't know what the ramifications of this is. But so like I talked about
Mhm.
there was a Knight of Camelot that is like potentially is like listening to the Watcher and his like demands, right? And like sees him as like a friend.
Oh. Oh dear.
Um,
You don't You don't actually don't tell me who
okay.
cuz I say that because what you just told me is enough for me to recognize what
it's
the extent you're going to right now to try to get them to stop.
it's hard. But I have told Maggie about it. So and Maggie said that she'll talk to them about it. So
Okay.
maybe there's gonna be something there. Speaking of Maggie, they said they didn't get your letter to the
Oh,
thing. So
yep,
yeah, there's a
I just sent it out
hell
today,
yeah,
so hopefully
yeah.
Maggie will get that soon.
Mm-hmm,
Um
mm-hmm,
but yeah, um I understand a little bit better why it is you're fighting so hard. That really
yeah.
is a scary concern.
Mm-hmm.
Um I
Cards on the
person
table. Well, maybe not all cards on the table, but some cards on the table. part of that is also because they said the Watcher has brought Mr. Jack into their life, which is concerning as to what that means for Mr. Jack.
Huh.
Um, and
Huh. Don't know how I feel about that one.
some other thing that I feel like isn't really mine to share, but you should
Mhm.
probably possibly go ask Grace Upland when she comes back.
Grace? Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
there's something about Mr. Murray and Mr. Jack and the cure that is related to her whole thing.
I guess I'll have to message her about that at some point.
Yeah.
But I I've never personally seen or met the Watcher. I've seen the other two floating
You're
heads.
lucky, I guess.
No,
Mm-hmm.
that it's I've the amount of people, the amount of classmates and teachers I've told this to, because I've seen the blue floating head and I think the green one.
Hmm.
I think it's the green one. I've
I
seen
have
them both.
not seen the green one.
I've seen
Yeah.
both, but I have not
Mm-hmm.
run into the Watcher. I have not seen the Watcher. I have been told about the Watcher. At one point, somebody was saying the Watcher is a cat, and so then I was afraid of cats for a while because I
That's
thought every cat I came
confusing.
across was the Watcher, but
Very much
no.
not a cat. Very
Yeah,
much Mr. Murray's
I
brother, whose
gathered as
grave
much after.
is at Camelot.
I gathered as much.
Yeah.
But I am. That is concerning, though, and I understand a little bit better why you're trying to fight so hard for this. But
Yeah. It's
the best, and
it's
even more
hard,
so.
but I'll
Sorry,
try.
go ahead.
I'm to say it's hard, but I'll try my best, I guess.
The best thing you could do is just show your friend that you want to be there to whatever happens. Um, and I
Yeah.
genuinely hope nothing bad happens to your friend
Yeah.
because
I can't
I've.
believe I'm about to say this, but best case scenario, I'm wrong.
Mhm. I understand a bit better why you were saying that earlier. That that's
Yeah.
not going to be the case, but
Yeah. I would appreciate it if, unless it becomes like a really important thing, maybe not mentioning this to other people
well,
because I wanted to keep things
I
under
don't.
wraps
Well, I
with
did
you.
ask you not to tell me, so I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who it is in particular. But
True.
I'm not someone who goes around telling people
I
things.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Um,
Yeah.
so this
Yeah.
conversation
Just know
stays
that,
between
yeah,
us.
you know, I know, I guess Riddy knows, and Maggie knows.
Okay.
And that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure things will work out one way or the other. It's just
I hope
going to
so.
take some time. And who knows? We'll be having that meeting with Camelot soon and we'll be able to talk. One of
Mm-hmm.
the things I did mention in my letter to Maggie was about the creeping near her cabin. So
Mm-hmm.
she'll be aware of the fact that, hey, the creeping is very much around your cabin. Are we
Mm-hmm.
okay? Um,
I hope so. Yeah.
so
I
maybe
mean, there
that'll.
was this thing where
Hmm?
it's probably nothing.
What?
Well, you know how like Maggie used to really like coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't do that anymore,
She doesn't let. What?
right? That feels odd, but also like I don't know, maybe it's like a new sleeping schedule thing that she has.
How does she.
Oh,
She used to.
she also has like giant wings now.
That I did.
Like, yeah.
That I did see the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a tea
Yeah.
party for some of the students.
Oh, nice, nice.
And she, yeah. Um.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, got it. Got it. Got it.
Actually, I just realized I should probably give you a semi concise rundown of what happened at Camelot.
Yes, that would be great.
So Miss Van Helsing and Mr. Jack went off on their own tour of Skulk related research. So
Uh huh.
I don't know what happened there because they didn't
Okay.
come back till the very end. Uh, they have a library. They have an entire like each single every night has their like own village. They have like citizens, which I thought was crazy. The
Okay.
citizens really liked hiding in holes in the road because reasons I don't know why. Um, and then they also have like a battle arena where Maggie's gonna be fighting Enzo at some point.
What? Why is Why is Maggie fighting Enzo?
Long story short, Enzo was make me a knight, and Maggie was like, no. And then Enzo was like, well, I could actually probably run this thing better than you, and I challenge you to a duel. Da, 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 da. And then Maggie was like, all right, sure, I guess. So they're gonna be doing that at some point. Yeah, I don't know.
And this is
Um,
the one who took up the destiny of Hades. Yes.
yeah. Also, the same person who stole the Book of Destinies. Kind of, kind of a in general, not great person.
Gosh dang it, Enzo! Why? Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
something about I like seizing power. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I did not listen to a lot of what that guy says.
I
He was
have
just
a
kind
feel.
of like dismissive of me the first time we met. So I was just like, "I'll screw you too." So,
I mean,
anyways, hmm
Enzo's interesting because I've talked to Enzo a couple of times. Enzo's just been. Dismissive is the right word, but I don't think that Enzo was ever rude towards me. There was that one time where myself and another student were doing something we shouldn't have been doing. We were essentially breaking the rule, and Enzo walked in on us breaking
I'll
said
be
rule,
honest.
and
You could be more relaxed about breaking the rules around me. Like
we
that's
were
like bread and butter for me.
uh let's just say
Hmm
uh during a field trip one of the teachers fell asleep, a teacher, myself, and not Pinocchio, the destiny of Pinocchio,
Panoli.
Pinoli. Pinoli was really upset, and I was just
hmm
like, and Pinoli's like, I'm gonna go draw on this person's face, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna join
That's
you. And
funny.
so
That's funny.
we were just doodling, and
hmm
then Enzo walked around the corner, and I just looked at Enzo, and I was like, don't tell the teachers. Enzo walked over
hmm
and was like, give me the marker. And so that was one
That's
time.
funny. Yeah.
That was one time that I was like, huh, maybe not so bad. But also we were breaking a rule, so
Yeah. I don't know.
don't condone that. I was
Yeah.
very upset. Pinoli was very upset. We both were like, yeah, let's do it. And I am shocked that neither one of us have gotten in trouble since.
Yeah.
Um,
That's like a minor thing.
it is a minor
It's
thing.
yeah.
They
It's
have
not like you snuck into like places you're not supposed to be or something. That's fine.
that is, I mean, there was that staff meeting I just told you about that happened a
Oh,
while ago.
I mean, we didn't sneak into the meeting. We were, next to the meeting that could hear everything going on in the meeting.
We
That
we
feels semantical now that I've said that out loud, but yeah.
we listened in on a meeting we probably really shouldn't have been listening in on.
Nah, I mean,
The fact that the teachers were going on a manhunt for a while afterwards is enough said.
hey, and for like freedom of information or something, right? Yeah,
Uh,
free flowing information is good. Yeah.
mm-hmm. I mean, that is fair. But
Mm-hmm.
also, we did get into a
mm-hmm.
lot of trouble with that afterwards.
Anyways, so back to Camelot. So,
Yes. Go ahead.
fighting match. Maggie seems very prepared. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what else? They have a beanstalk in the library that presumably leads up to the Skulk research. Although we were not allowed to go up there, and I doubt they will really let any of the students up there. That's kind of Miss Van Helsing's stance on the matters as of currently.
Uh-huh.
Um, I've yet to find a way to convince her otherwise, but I guess something safety.
I mean, if we
Um,
somehow, if Miss Van Helsing happens to be the person that we go to who is like, yeah, I'll escort you guys down to the forbidden
mhm,
section of the library, uh, maybe the next step is up the beanstalk? Could be.
maybe we'll
Because
see.
then if we could find something rather useful about the creaking, especially, I think she
Yeah.
will trust us a bit
hmm
more, and that could help
Yeah.
us with being like, hey, you know
Yeah.
that Skulk research you're doing
That'll be
with the
useful.
creeping?
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe,
Yeah.
does awkward finger guns hand motion to teacher. What if
Listen,
you just were
here's the
to,
thing.
like.
If our classmate can run a kingdom, all right, we could like go look at a laboratory. Okay.
I mean, several of us are running a pavilion here, and the teachers have yet
True.
to find out about this.
True.
Like,
True.
you can't
And it's going
exactly hide
quite
a
well.
kingdom. A pavilion,
Yeah.
though, that somehow the teachers haven't bothered to come check.
They're kind of short staffed, to be fair.
To be fair,
Hmm.
this is not rather common knowledge here.
Yeah. Hmm.
I mean, well, it is very much out in the open. It's just literally on the side of the hall at Destiny. You just literally need to walk around the
Yeah.
corner
True.
and look. But
True. Hmm.
actually, I'm wondering if we should build up some of the walls around here so that way it's a little more hidden. But
Up to you, I guess.
um,
Maybe. Perhaps.
maybe I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
Hmm.
But
Anyways,
for
Camelot. So
yes, Camelot.
Beanstalk,
Sorry.
Beanstalk, Fighting Arena, Villages, Library. I
Uh huh.
think those are all the places that I went to. Some information I found out. So how it works is Camelot is like the protector of the magical realm, and
Oh.
Bookhaven is it's like the entire magical realm. Yeah, again, this is like a lot to place on some students. I feel like, but sure. And the how
Okay.
how how night selecting works is that they like get a higher calling thing inside their head, and they're like, you must go and travel to Camelot now because reasons.
Okay.
Uh, and then
Because magical
and then so they
reasons.
go, and then they get knighted as specific knights, and then they all have specific jobs.
Okay.
Um, and then their villagers really like bread.
That I
Uh,
do remember Maggie telling me about.
yeah,
Apparently, they really like bread, which
yeah.
I
Camelot,
sure.
the knights themselves not so much, but the villagers really like bread apparently.
Uh huh.
Um, what
Bread is
else?
great, but I don't know if I
Hmm.
could eat it all the time. Is how
Hmm.
Maggie was telling me about it.
Oh,
But yeah.
Bookhaven. Yeah. So Bookhaven is like the like also its own sovereign thing, but it's part of the magical realm. We're not
Uh
really a
huh.
government, but it's like a magical place of school and preserving magic. Uh
Okay. I mean, makes
and
sense. Like we're
uh
learning to.
and the reason why Legacy was pushed out is because Oz the chairman of the school, not Oz the place, but in fact him in the school was like, hey, we should push this up because reasons. I don't remember the
I
reasons. Yeah.
remember. I remember that faculty meeting where we heard
Yeah,
Oz
I'm gonna be
talk
honest.
to them.
I really always thought this entire time that it was like the Land of Oz, and I was like, I didn't see why the Land of Oz has jurisdiction of us, but apparently the Land of Oz is like blown up or something. So,
Yeah. Jeez
yeah. Anyways, I
Louise.
was very behind on that. Anyways, what else? Oh, Mr. Mare is not allowed at Camelot because he was caught sneaking around and asking questions, that are kind of invasive. Which, yeah, no, I'm gonna try and not do.
Yeah, I
Um,
was about to say he may be tiptoeing that line there, Stars. You kind of need to be a
Yeah.
little bit
I mean,
careful.
I did kind of like sneak off to go look at their library near the end of the trip, and they kind of weren't happy about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
But
maybe not the smartest idea.
yeah,
Not the, not the, not the smartest.
maybe not,
Um.
maybe not. And then Mr. Hook was banned, but apparently the might have been due to a misunderstanding, so maybe he's unbanned? Question mark.
Okay. Hopefully
Mhm.
he's allowed back. Um.
Hopefully, hopefully. Oh,
Yeah.
and also, apparently a lot of the so you know that we're the 75th cycle, right?
Yes, I'm
So a
aware.
lot of the 74th cycle knights were just gone and missing. So everything there is so kind of in the process of being rebuilt. Most notably their greenhouse. There's a tree
Oh.
in the greenhouse. It's not a
Okay.
great tree in the greenhouse, I'm not gonna lie to you. But also,
This is
yeah.
a better tree. This one
Hmm.
here.
I
That.
agree. This one has like leaves and has like actual color. I
Mhm.
mean, it is smaller, but also it looks a lot more alive.
It's also entirely made of copper, which is an odd thing for a tree,
That
but
is true. I did not realize that
it's
until now. Yeah. Hmm.
it's a sturdy tree.
Sure, sure.
Sturdy, very sturdy tree. You're not knocking this down anytime soon.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Anyways, what else did I
mhm.
find out? I think that's it. I
Okay.
told Maggie basically everything I told you today about
Yeah.
everything except with names.
Mhm.
So hopefully that'll get solved at some point soon. They
Okay.
did say that yeah, and then the letter you sent the letter, so hopefully that'll
Yep.
get set up at some point.
Yep. Sent the
Um,
letter. Hopefully
yeah,
that gets sent back.
should be
Does
good.
is this mailbox set up to any specific spot or
Oh, so the no, this mailbox is like a going out mailbox. If you want like a mailbox that takes in mail, you need a different thing.
gotcha. We probably should get one set up for the pavilion if we're going to hear a response from Maggie.
I mean, we could. I mean, do you have a mailbox? Like your
Uh,
personal mailbox?
I know there's one at the cabin, but I don't have one of these.
Here, yeah. Let's go to the cabin. Where are you? Where are you? You are
Infinitus.
Infinitus.
All right.
All right. Oh wait, yeah. Wait, I forgot.
I was about to say
in
you're
the
in.
basement. You're right.
Yeah, you're in the basement of the cabin I'm staying in.
Oh, wait.
Wait, what happened?
They've sectioned off the thing. Look.
Oh, that's new.
That is new.
Oh, and that
But
is
they
new
also,
over here.
Yeah. Okay. So someone's doing something. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good.
that is good. That is good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here. Let's head
All right,
back to
anyways,
the cabin.
Yes.
Cabin.
Wee.
There we go.
Okay.
Ah, my dragons.
So,
Hello, children.
this is mine. Which one is yours?
This one.
This one. Okay, so you just break it and then replace it, and then you can name it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do I? Give me a
You
second.
have an
This is
axe?
a bit. This is a. I don't know how I do not have an axe. Where did it? How do I not have? Give me a second. What is wrong with me? How do I not have an axe? There we go.
There we go.
Okay. There we go.
There you go.
That up.
You can replace it, and then you can name it.
There we go.
Yep.
That is my mailbox.
Yep. So now if you go over to this one,
Mhm.
I've also added one here because like a lot of the other cabins have them. So now if you scroll
Gotcha.
down, there you go. There's Lily. There it is.
Oh, there I am.
Ta-da! Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you could just use yours. I feel like.
Mhm.
But if you want like a pavilion one, you could also, just make one of these mailboxes. At the
Gotcha.
pavilion. The issue with that is because if pavilions, but I was thinking if the pavilion's supposed to be secret, maybe we don't want like a public address being like, hey, you can mail stuff to this place.
True. So maybe just the members of the pavilion would be better.
Yeah. Maybe just tell Agnes to send it to you, and then that'll be
Yep.
that'll be fine. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Nope. That's
Mhm.
smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
So how? Wait. So you set up a basement in here now?
Oh yes.
Oh, I see. I see. Down.
Ta-da!
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. It's not very fancy, but
Oh.
it's a place.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm. Small, gets the job done.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. If ever you need any storage up here, you're more than welcome to. There's just a, or you're more than welcome to anything that's in here, just because.
Wait. Why is there actually stuff in here?
No, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Like myself
Oh,
and
yeah.
my roommate have definitely done quite a bit of adventuring.
Mannequins, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Should probably clear some of the skulky stuff out. But
yeah, there is quite a bit of that stuff.
Yeah.
See, we found it. We found it at the time, and we were like, "Oh, this seems pretty cool." But now it's just
No,
like,
no.
"Oh, we should get rid of that."
I feel that. Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah. Let's see. Do I have a flint and steel that I could use real quick? Hold on. I should have a flint and steel on me to just make a fire.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in here. I have a catalyst book.
Yeah, got a lot of stuff.
I feel like that catalyst book should be given to a teacher to study. I remember I had a catalyst. Oh, here's a flint and steel. Here.
Flint and steel? Where?
Yeah. It's on the ground. It should be.
Wait, am I just? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Let's see. Where is?
I had a catalyst book and I gave it to Miss Brule for them to study, but I don't know what happened with that.
No, yeah, we have some books up here. Some books on the
Oh,
bookshelf.
there's more.
Yep.
Wowee. Very impressive.
Gonna burn those. Yep, gonna definitely burn that. Yeah, that too. Okay. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of creepy stuff in here. Oh boy.
It's okay. I mean, you don't need to remove it now. Just we could wait to see if there's like some protective gloves we could use for it or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure Miss
yeah.
Van Helsing has something like that.
Yeah, I'll just be like, hey, there's a bunch of stuff in here. We should totally get rid of it. So.
That would be nice. Yes.
Alrighty. Any more sightings of? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say thank you for today because this has been insightful.
I'm glad I could help. I do apologize if at any point it just seemed very confusing, just because.
I feel like the thing is this is this didn't used to be confusing to me because I thought I had it figured out, but recent events have convinced me maybe I don't have it figured out. So
Yeah.
I'm
Well, I'm
glad
glad
that, yeah.
I could help.
Hmm.
And if ever you need advice or just assistance or someone just to talk to, just be like, "Hey, can I get another opinion on?" Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That'll be nice.
yeah. I mean, you're quite literally another roommate here. My
That's true.
roommate
That is true.
is
This at
just
least,
yeah.
yeah. I've not seen Adiana around in a while, but yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. I
they're at
I'm sure.
Camelot. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm sure Adiana's okay. I'm sure he'll be all right.
Yeah. Surely,
Um.
surely.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna head back to the pavilion and work on some
Sounds good.
notes for the
Oh
eventual.
yes. Do you have like any? Do you just are you still thinking of teachers, or have you like gotten a plan ready yet?
Well, right now I've just written down some notes for when
Hmm.
we do go.
Hmm.
Um, quite literally plans for the forbidden section. Go in, find something. I don't know what exactly. Do
Find
not touch any
information.
creeping, and then
Hmm.
get out. Some things to keep an eye out for: something to stop the creeping, something to tell us more about
Hmm.
the floating heads, something to protect the school/students.
Cool.
Overall, just something helpful. And then, should we seek in? If it can be helped, look for another way. Who could we trust? And
Okay.
I've written down potentially a teacher or staff, because otherwise we're gonna
Hmm.
get in trouble if we get caught. I
That's
said
fair.
Hook, Van Helsing, um, someone whom we could trust who could bend the rules in a sense for our safety, so
Hmm.
escort us essentially.
Yeah.
I definitely put Mr. Burr as not someone to go to, because that
Yeah.
is
That's
just
fair.
asking for trouble. I
Hmm.
put Madame Scheherazade as potentially one. I wrote down Mr.
Oh.
Jack before you told me that you didn't trust him, and then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe I should just put no for that
I
one.
didn't. Yeah. I didn't. I don't know Madame Scheherazade very well, but they seem to. You know, they seem to be a person who cares a lot about students, so maybe,
Yeah.
perhaps. I will say
She's
one thing that
yeah.
Riddy and I discussed because last time the issue was we couldn't get out easily, so we're gonna try and figure out if there's anything we can do as an exit strategy, and then once we got that figured out,
I think we'll be
hopefully
good to
that'll
go.
yeah that'll be
Yeah.
good.
All
Yeah,
right. So, all right. I'll head back to the pavilion and keep working
sounds
on some
good.
notes and stuff. All right.
Yes, thank you. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.
See ya.
See you later. All right. Let's get back to figuring out some notes, because Stars does have a point that the sooner we figure out a exit strategy for that, the better, and the sooner that gets squared away, the better. Okay, let's get back to the pavilion. I do like the idea of putting up some more natural terrain walls to kind of hide the pavilion, because you could see it once you get to here. But if I put up more from the mountain, you would really have to come around a corner to be able to be like, huh, what's that over there? That seems suspicious. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Huh. I didn't need any new pages for my mom's book to help me out today. I wonder. Maybe I could write my own book. And that's where we're going to stop for stream today. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. I hope y'all enjoyed the bit of lore conversation there with good old Stardis. We will be back again tomorrow for another stream. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, evening, day, morning, afternoon, whatever time zone it is for you. And I will